Well, hello, my fabulous friends. Oh, the clock agrees with me, my fabulous friends. All right, we are having a special Spirits with Spirits, and I am drinking the saintly, the good rosé, the good rosé. You don't have to be a saint to drink this divinely good rosé that is perfect balance of dry, fresh, and fruity. It's saintly, so you don't have to be. It's from the BC Okanagan Valley here in Canada. So cheers to a Spirits with Spirits. And why I'm doing a Spirits with Spirits is I want to announce I've now made for us Spirits with Spirits wine glasses. So you'll either see a link here on the page right away, or underneath you'll see shop and you'll be able to click on that. I've made dark lettering for if you prefer white or rosé wine, and white lettering for the red wine so that they show up while you're drinking, and also a t-shirt. So if you aren't at home drinking, you're out on a patio, you can be wearing your Spirits with Spirits t-shirt. All right, so let's get to the read. Let's do world predictions for the solar eclipse on March 29th. Now, something big is going to happen on June 21st. I keep calling this solar eclipse the summer solstice. And when I make like the first time is like, oh, that was, no, correct yourself. But I just did a reading for the royals, and it was like I just couldn't stop saying summer solstice. So I think that there's going to be an echo from this solar eclipse. Something is going to happen on the summer solstice. So I'm going to do this solar eclipse prediction in three lines: past, present, future. So the past is things that are going to be cleaned up from the past, right? Things that are still lingering. This summer solstice is going to eclipse it out, right? The present is going to be things that are possibly going to happen in the present time. Now, the present with a summer, see, I'm doing it again. The eclipses last 6 months. Their energy, and then it starts to dissipate, but it can continue to last longer than that, depending what the issue is, right? So present are things that are in the present right now that might be healed or eclipsed out. And then the future. What's this solar eclipse going to bring in, at least in the next 6 months? All right. So that's how that works. Past, present, future, solar eclipse, March 29th. The cards are ready. Let's go. Okay, so in the past, lies and deception. Ooh, truth. One of the words like truth are words that you can tell. That's my Dutch heritage. I say truths like my dad does. Truths. Or there's other ones too. I can't. Months, like that's it's difficult. Anyways, months. Truths. Lies and deceptions are going to come out. We are going to clean up a lot of the lies. And so what's that? I mean, good God. Politics, children playing in the traffic, he said, she said, transgender stuff. Like, let's see what it's going to show us. So let's see the present. Stay put. Interesting. Ever since all those airlines started crashing, all those airplanes were crashing, and thankfully we didn't have a mass casualty event for the most part, which a lot of them could have been. I think in the present, I think this is going to be the summer of staycations. All right. AI tech in the future. Wow. Now this solar eclipse is in Aries, and Aries is new ideas. It's the Ace of Wands. It is leadership. It is royalty. A lot of people think royalty's Leo, and it is in a sense, but really the leaders and royalty, the ancient system, is Aries. And this AI tech, I think, is going to become more applicable to warfare. And so are we going to see more CGI, computer generated images, more AI? We won't know what's real and what's fake at all. So that's the future. AI is going to explode. This is what this solar eclipse is bringing us: new ideas in AI, new new military ways to use AI. I think that's what's coming in the future. This one is it's ushering in. Okay, what are we cleaning up from the past? Experiment or test? Lies and deception. Perhaps we're going to see some things about the who flung flu cleared up. We're going to see some of the, maybe they didn't test the magic juice as much as they should have. Right? This is cleaning up the past. I think there's going to be where, the sun is going to shine on a lot of that, and we can finally get that cleared up. That, look at the lies and deception on the experiment or test that they've been putting on people since 2020. Cheers to that. Not the testing, that they're going to clear it up and it's finally going to come to light, and for people to see the actual truth present, compromised, harmful. I think we're going to see more people I was going to say gardening and eating fresh fruits, because they're going to discover, what is compromised and harmful. Like, that's going to come to light, because you think, what does the sun do? It shines a light on something. It puts the spotlight on something. So, and to me, I saw like vegetables behind her, growing your own food. For some reason, when I first looked at this, I thought she had a hose and she was watering her garden. This is a little snail coming along in the garden, and this stay put. Maybe this is going to bring a that says compromised, harmful. We're going to find out more about our food, especially this experiment or test. I think people are going to really discover more about actually what has gone on, what's in the future. Commercial airline on the AI tech. Well, there you go. We'll continue to read. I wonder if somebody big in AI industry is going to go down on a commercial airline. Let's continue to read that. I think we're going to. I think this solstice is going to expose a lot of things. Perhaps we're going to see that they've been using AI tech on commercial airlines, and whether that's pilots, whether that's controls, and perhaps that's why there were so many misadventures in the airline industry. So AI tech and commercial airlines, that's future. Let's see the past. What's shadow ruler? Look at that. Lies, deception, experiment, or test. Is this going to be Klaus Schwab or Fauci or, any of those? But they aren't shadow rulers. We know they're rulers. So perhaps they're going to out who's the ones who told them to do this. Who is the so the shadow ruler? Look at lies, deception, experiments, test, shadow rulers. So is this going to bring a spotlight on like all of this? Let's see, what's the controlled puppet? Wow. I think we're going to see like collapse in governments. We're definitely going to see, well, who's a controlled puppet? Who isn't a controlled puppet? Who isn't? Who is compromised and harmful? Macron, that fellow Keir Starmer, the German, right? All of them are controlled, a controlled puppet. But this is telling me we aren't going to see a change in that regime. They're staying put. They're staying put. They're compromised and they're harmful. They're controlled puppets, but they're staying put. I don't think, we've seen some big leaders go down, but perhaps they're just going to be replaced by another controlled puppet, right? So this shadow ruler, this shadow government is going to be exposed, but it's not going to be enough to really pull out the root of the matter. Let's see what's coming up here in the future. Farming industry. Look at the industries here. Commercial airline, farming industry, AI. Whereas this is on the past and the present. Shadow ruler, compromised, who flung flu, that kind of thing is going on. Political and whatnot. And see the solar eclipse, I just about said, summer solstice again. Something big is going to happen on the summer solstice this year. Mark my words, I can't get it out of my head. Whereas this is going to usher in something in the future. Something about industry. Let's continue to read. Trains or transport on the shadow ruler. Trains or transport. Because we got commercial airlines way over here, but trains or transport. So that's things from the past. Maybe who is out there who won't fly? Because maybe they know something is going on with AI and airplanes. This also tells me it's somebody who lives far away and has to come by trains or transport. Like it's not somebody in the midst. Let's find out. Rescue revived. Rescue revived. So controlled puppet, rescue revived. Planned outcome. Look at these industries. There's some kind of planned outcome. Just trying to get this rescue revived. I'm wondering if there is like a political party that barely hangs on to win, to beat the shadow government. Rescue revived. Like, what is this? What's rescue and revived? Is this an uprising, a grassroots uprising? Trains or transport, planned outcome. Planned outcome. Well, with AI, it would be a planned outcome, wouldn't it? Rescue, revive, trains or transport. I'm wondering if this shadow ruler then goes away, like this trains or transport, they're exposed and then they're sent away. Like rescue, revive. So, so for example, is this the Bidens coming back to run the Democratic Party again? Is this, somebody, and it's controlled puppet. So for example, let's say like the Liberal Party in Canada is way behind in the polls. All of a sudden they're rescued and revived and they win again, right? It's something like that. It's something like something I think we thought we would be done with, and it actually is coming back. I think because that's the present, and we have this staycation here, the compromised, harmful, controlled puppet who is rescued and revived. Okay. Uprising rebellion. Is this the AI? Uprising rebellion. Energy weapon. On the past. One more. Big news. Present. Big news. What's the underlying? Classified knowledge. It's interesting that Germany right now is deconstructing their energy program. A brand new, well, it's 6 years old, coal plant, they're bringing down. Like, what's that? I don't understand. People need heat when you live in a cold. People need electricity to cook their food. Like, I'm wondering if they're trying to bring in like climate change stuff. That's their energy weapon. They're actually, climate change and so you're only allowed a certain amount of energy per day. After you're done your electrical usage for the day, we turn it off. I think they're going to use. I think. Well, remember this is the past, so I'm wondering if that is going to end, this whole climate change stuff. Um, right, because the whole climate change is about using energy for the most part. I want to make sure you can see those, right? Climate change. Oh, you got to use electric vehicles, not those electric vehicles. Um, Elon Musk. Uh, I think we might see something to do with, right? This is the ending. This is the ending. So I think we're going to find out with this shadow ruler. I think we're going to find out who really was behind all the who flung flu. Is that a pharmaceutical company? Is it Soros? Is it, Klosh? But this is shadow ruler. But they still can be a shadow ruler. They could be hidden in plain sight. With this trains or transport, perhaps they're kicked out of a country, right? They gotta leave. You gotta leave. And the energy weapon, well, that's the climate control. They're trying to control us by, we're heating up the planet, or we're cooling off the planet, or we got the ozone. Now we have acid rain. Like, they can't make up their mind what it is. And I think we're going to see some of this end. I think people are going to start to let cooler heads prevail, and it's going to end. I think we're going to see some shocking news about somebody coming back, rescue revived in the means of a political arena. I think we're going to hear something like that. So perhaps the Pope, right? Perhaps the Pope is rescue revived and he goes on to be the Pope for a long time. Because you have to remember Aries is leaders. Or King Charles is rescue revived. Biden is rescue revived, right? And we have to remember these are controlled puppets of the WEF, which is compromised and harmful. They're Bolsheviks. I've said this. And if that upsets you, then you're on the wrong channel. Especially here with this stay put, I don't think we are actually going to vote our way out of this. But I think there's going to be some kind of big news about a leader who rescue revived. Perhaps in the UK, that's Boris Johnson coming back. There's something here, some leader in the past is coming back. And it's going to be big news. It's actually going to be almost shocking news. Like maybe it is Kamala. Don't know. They aren't really saying. Now the future, what this is bringing is industry. This is actually bringing more AI is going to be applied to our travel plans. And something is telling me it's not going to be very good because we have uprising rebellion. So people, let's say AI starts to look after their bookings and, suggested routes and whatnot. I think we're going to see an uprising rebellion. People going, and maybe that's why we have a staycation. Maybe where people are like, it's not worth it. Like, I missed my connection and my luggage didn't get in. And there's definitely something here going on with commercial airlines. And I think that's going to go on for quite a while. Also with the farming here, and to me, that's Bill Gates and the AI, right? With Microsoft. To me, there's something here with Bill Gates going on. Planned outcome, is that the his wanting to reduce the food, and so that's why your eggs are so expensive, and that's why they're murdering millions of chickens, egg laying age chickens. Planned outcome here. So I think there's going to be some kind of food shortages and also uprising rebellion. When people are hungry, they finally pay attention. When people can't go anywhere because the planes are compromised, there's some kind of rebellion there. Like you start people get really angry when their trips interrupted and they've lost their luggage and the connections didn't work out, or you discover another airline was cheaper, but AI told you to go on this one, kind of thing. And I think that has a lot to do with Bill Gates and where what he's trying to sell. Remember, a lot of companies still rely on Windows products, like a lot, like probably even your bank. I'm not kidding. Like PCs. What's PCs run on? Uh, I still think there's going to be more uprising rebellions. What's interesting here is I don't see any kind of end of wars. I was hoping some kind of rulership handover. We didn't see that. We didn't see much about the royals here. So if you want to know about the royals, go to the other channel and have a look at that one about the royals. Classified knowledge. We just saw a leak of classified knowledge. So are we going to see more? Are we actually going to finally see Jeffrey Epstein files? We got released the JFK ones. It really didn't tell us anything we didn't know already. Is this going to continue? Are we going to continue to see files released? So this actually could be something it's in the past. So it's information from the past. We see it in the present, but we see it all redacted, like Harry's visa, for example. So in the future, is that information actually going to be released? Could it be actually an accident that AI accidentally releases this information? Think about that. Think about that planned outcome. So it's not the government that said, oh, here's this binder of information. It'll be somebody on AI going, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I asked AI this and look at the answer it gave me, and that's all classified knowledge. And it's a planned outcome. It's not an accident. And then the finger isn't on anybody in particular, right? It wasn't the FBI, it wasn't CIA, it wasn't the government, the DOJ or whatever. It's like, ooh, whoops. And then once that information is released, are people going to be very angry? What's going on? So there you go. Well, that was interesting. In my other reading with the royals, it did have the ending of the Pope, the changeover of the guard with the royals. So if you want to have a look at that, slightly different different cards. So it had, these are more worldly cards, whereas that was more focused on the royal family. So there we go. Happy solar eclipse. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen on June 21st that I keep saying the solar equinox. But it's not. It's not the solar equinox. Summer solstice. Good Lord. All right. Thank you very much for watching. YouTube's going to show you a video that you possibly haven't seen. Why don't you click on that? And we'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.